Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you the Temperance card for this full moon in Cancer reading. The full moon's on the 13th of this month. The Temperance card is describing the way that you are experiencing something of a watershed as a result of Pluto's movement out of your sign after almost 17 years into Aquarius for the next 20 years. So despite the initial relief and release of that huge pressure being removed from you, you're now really processing the incredible experiences of emotional release and lessons learned. These are probably relevant to your experiences of relationship in which you sought nurturance and care and shared emotional care with each other, or the ways in which you didn't and were uncared for, abandoned, perhaps rejected, left unloved. This is a huge time of allowing yourself to feel deeply the feelings that you have experienced, not the ones that you were mirroring on the outside, not the conditions, the storms, the tornadoes, the incredible, perhaps catastrophe, ruin, collapse that you experienced. But instead, this is about how it has empowered, healed, or prompted you to expand and look very honestly at the way that you care for yourself, the way that you emerge from disasters with a sense of grace. This is a general reading, Capricorn. It isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, there is information in the description box below that will direct you to the services I offer. Your social identity and the way others see you, the Seven of Swords, is describing the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. This is really all the ways that you didn't get support, all the ways that you felt judged, all the ways that you were not taken seriously, that you were written off, as a result of a number of disappointments and failures, but more so in the way that others received your ideas or your requests for help. And this feels as though it is part of a lifelong experience where you have been undervalued, invisible in some way, taken for granted. And so, in that way, you may be surprising others at a time when you're actually consciously in a kind of retreat mode where you're not necessarily hiding, but you're not trying to be out in public. This is about your internal processing of some really difficult challenges and your reversal of the ways that you formerly presented yourself, and are emerging in terms of your own ability to care and manage your own experiences, the way that you are healing and recognizing your worth, not doubting your worth, trusting in yourself. There's a whole host of experiences, emotions, and beliefs that you have reversed as a result of detaching yourself from relationships and situations, even opportunities that did not see you as worthy, did not take you seriously, were afraid of your ideas, didn't understand your ideas. In the first house, the Three of Cups is all about a circle of love and support that you have around you in the present day. This is your ability to honor the resources that you have. This is not only identifying those allies, some of whom may be people you haven't seen in a long time. They may be longtime friends that you haven't been in connection with, but somehow the alignment, the connection, the deep connection still exists in a way that you celebrate it and value it more than ever. And that is reflected back to you. These that you honor and celebrate and feel their support express that of you as well. And that is like a exponential blossoming of your heart. I'm getting the image of like a lotus flower just rapidly expanding through all of the reciprocal attention, care, and love that you are receiving and giving at this time among your peers, your longtime intimates. In the fourth house of your foundation, the Three of Wands. This is about your history. This is about your foundation. And this seems as though you are setting up something from your home. You are moving away from external expressions that, or external efforts that reflect your internal state. And you are moving your base of operations to your home, making sure that you set up things that revolve around your desires, your talents, and gifts. So, if not literally in the home, you may be creating in the home things that you then display in public. But this is about you making the connections, identifying the models, looking at the ways others have set up similar kinds of businesses or teams or projects that you are emulating. And at some level, you are waiting back to hear feedback on ideas you've put forth to connections to a new network in order to move more confidently in the direction of a collaboration. So this is the second three you have, and threes are the number of the Empress, the number of empowerment. And in your seventh house of significant partnerships, we have the Six of Pentacles. This is the work that you're doing to bring these energies together. There's this phenomenal awareness that relationships are creative acts that you participate in, that these agreements are negotiated all the time, and that there is no condition or aspect of a relationship that you simply have to accept or reject, but rather with real intimates, with real peers, with worthy collaborators, you are constantly in a position to openly and explicitly negotiate the terms of that exchange, the terms of all exchanges of energy. So there's never a final drop point at which this is the way something is. You can always voice your appreciation, your dissatisfaction, your desire to change or tweak something as partners are equally empowered in relationships. But this is based on the idea that by being open and explicit in your agreements, you protect yourself from taking on a burden that will become a source of resentment for you in the future. If this reading is resonating with you so far, Capricorn, please like this video, please share this with others, and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific to Grow. And I pulled the Fear card. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. This is very explicit for those of you that are really working on your uh, empowerment. And in that way, all the things you fear, and I have to say, Capricorn, as a sign that is often depicted through the devil card, you understand fear. Fear is often what has controlled you and the leverage you understand that has been used to keep you in line. The fear of no love, the fear of no resources. Thus, you must do X. And instead, you're understanding now that there are things you're moving towards that you know you desire, but fears still emerge. They come up in part because they reflect a behavior, an experience that you have not come at peace with. You have not understood the source of that trigger. Why does a certain thing make you so fearful, knowing how capable you are? It also is an indication that you're doing something that really matters to you, that really means something to you now. And it's natural that you don't want to fuck it up. You want to get this right. You want to do it in the best way you can. And in that way, you have really worked on releasing those emotions of anxiety, fear, worry, concern, danger, distrust, which are unfortunately a feature of our experiences in our formative years. So, understanding now that when you encounter a sense of dread or anxiety or fear, that you actually love yourself enough to understand what's underneath that. And why is that there? Why is that holding you back? Why are you holding yourself back from something you know you want? It's a powerful, powerful tool that you're learning, testing the resolve of love in your life. I really love that. The Three of Cups in the first house is clarified by the Ace of Cups. Here we go. You're all about the love these days, Capricorn, and how appropriate. What can face down fear, temptation, anxiety, deprivation, poverty, lust, but love. And love is that energy that says, I honor who I am, whatever that is, wherever I am, I honor that. And I do things to support myself to do better, to open up to opportunities that are a match for me, to align myself with people that can love me back, that see me as valuable. In the fourth house, the house of your the Three of Wands is clarified by the Page of Wands here. So it's interesting because I see you looking at relationships through the lens of your home, through your foundation, through your roots. And this can be a powerful draw to connection with your ancestors, which I believe the full moon in Cancer is helping us to connect with. Those of us that are exploring our memories, our past, and understanding the limits of our ability to make those connections are actually being supported by this openness to know that no matter what you have something new to learn. You have a new version of your own gifts and talents to experience. That your desire is actually freshly being released into the world. Deciding, determining, finding what you want has been a big part of your healing process. And this may seem ludicrous to some people, but for those of you that have been conditioned to uh, follow the party line or rebel against the party line, it's not so different energy where conventions and the right way and following the rules. Now you're ready to break them. Now you're ready to really break them because you really understand what you want, what you need, and what you're willing to work for. In the seventh house, the house of significant relationships, the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Swords. Excuse me. This is really where you are continuing to search down, research, look for, explore, discover, uncover the assumptions that others have made about you and your own assumptions about what you were supposed to do, what was the right thing to do. This is you in pursuit of your truth, continuing that pursuit. Simply uncovering your desires, claiming your gifts is now sort of the beginning point of your ability to actually look for your justice in the world. And that includes looking for the light, understanding how you've been given a revelation and a consciousness, an awareness that your truth is primary for you. It's essential. You have it for a reason, and that your truth can uncover the injustice, not only in your world, but in the world. You can become an advocate for those that have suffered similarly to you. But underneath it all is this challenging of the assumptions of yours and of others. In the 10th house, the Seven of Swords, is clarified by the Page of Cups. And here we are again, back at the beginning. Despite the way you have been betrayed, excluded, rejected, not taken seriously, laughed at, people have been unkind to you, unfairly criticized you, you respond with an open heart because you understand that you are not the person that you used to be, the person that cared what people that don't care about you would think, the person who really wanted to belong, really wanted to be seen to people who didn't understand you, weren't interested, didn't share your values. You're not that person anymore. You're now on your own path of love, openness, of devotion, of self-respect and honor. Those people can't hurt you anymore. I'm going to leave it at that and finish up this reading with a Glyph Oracle. This is a new deck that is very slippery, and I pulled, two cards. So the one that popped up that I'm looking at right now, I'm going to take. It's the Eye of Horus and the Omniscience card. This is really, for me, describing Venus in Pisces that just entered Pisces about a week ago. It's in its exaltation in Pisces. This is one love, the energy of everything is everything. For you Eddie Harris fans of the long ago, this is where you've stopped or are learning to stop following the party line. Even if you've never tried to follow the party line, you now realize there's a reason why. That life is much more multifaceted, that there is not a linear path forward, and that you've abandoned looking for that. You're simply opening your heart up to love, to the force, the support, the attention, the care that you already have, that you've always had. You're accepting the connections of your ancestors, knowing that they're with you every day. You can literally feel them, have conversations with them. This is you opening up to and reclaiming your position in the world in order to make the contribution you came here to make. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.